Hi, my friends. Welcome to Auntie No's Kitchen. But let me get some housekeeping out the way first. I'm officially back. I feel better. My energy is up 100%. So I am back with my good cooking. See, I can even jiggle and shake a shimmy. But back to cooking. I want to thank you all for the love and support, your kind words and your kind messages. I really appreciate it. And for those that sent me loving text messages, I really appreciate you too. But I need a little favor. When y'all watch my videos, can you hit that like button, please? Please, pretty please hit the like button. It's a way that you support my channel even more, and it only takes a second. Just pretty please from Auntie. But anyway, today we are going to be making chicken lasagna. It's really good, you know, so don't do this. It's really good, but we're going to make it from top to bottom. So I'm gonna get started. We're gonna cut this fresh chicken up and we're gonna get started. Okay, hold on. All right, as you can see, I got old girl ready, and I have my knives. I could get my bigger one, but okay, gotta cut her up. So she, you know, they come two in a pack at Sam's. I already split her skin. Okay, and what it is that, you know, they said no hormones, no antibiotics, but you know what? I'm telling you, either when she bench pressing and lifting weights, gotta find that joint. Need to find her joint. My hands are not as strong as they used to be. Oh. Break her joint off. It is. Ow. So I got a pot of hot water burning behind me. I need to get her in. There's her wing. Found her other joint. Break her leg, pick her arm. Having a hard time finding her little joint. There we go. Same thing, turn her over. Find that thigh joint so I can break it. There's a thigh joint. I can cut right through it. And not cut my hand. Thigh. Make a slit. I should have sharpened my knives before I started this. But you all get it, right? Huh? You getting this? Break her hip. Sounds so graphic, don't it? Got her joint. Got the joint open. Because you cut at the joint. And I'm going to go back over these legs and cut that fat off. Okay, so the only thing I got left here is the breast. And I'm finna split that. So I can break it in half. I'm on the wrong side, y'all. Why y'all didn't tell me that? Because I really don't want this. Since I was on the wrong side, I might well finish the mess I started. See, that's the backbone. I don't want none of that. Y'all probably think I'm destroying it. No, I'm not. Cut her straight down the middle. Expose her back. I know y'all probably saying, why you calling her her? Hey, she is a her. It's a chicken. It's a hen. This is a hen. I want it off that bone. I really don't want that bone. All you gotta do is cut around that. So all you have to do is cut around that bone. And there's your chicken breast. Now I'm gonna leave this skin on because that skin is gonna give me some fat in that when I boil that chicken. And see, I have a little piece left on this, that was left on this backbone. I'm gonna trim that off. I'm not a professional and I have problems with my hands, so excuse me, guys. Okay, I'm gonna cut the other side away from that, away from this. That big, you know, that big gristle bone that you have when you buy fried chicken. You always have that bone, this big bone in there. Something we're doing, just turned it into a boneless chicken breast. That's it. So all of this will go in the trash. This is, all this will go in the trash. Not the wing, not the wing. Not for you, Dusty Westy. I'll give you some later. I don't give him raw meat. Okay. I'm going to wash this off. Even though it was washed before I started, I want to wash it again. And you know, I'm going to leave the thighs and the leg intact. So, as you see, you have your leg and your thigh. You have your two breasts. Go ahead and put the skin on, make it all pretty for you. You have your two breasts. This is your backbone. I don't really want that. These really were your wishbone. This is just something extra. You have your wings. Oh ho ho. You're like you trying to fly, baby. I ain't having that. Have your wings. And you have just this little extra piece. And the bone. This is the backbone. You know, backbone make good broth. So I think I'll just leave that and throw that in there too. Throw that for housekeeping. Okay, guys. So what do you think? You have your two thighs that are still intact. I didn't cut the legs off because they go in this pot of hot water that I have. You have your two wings, backbone. If I was frying this, I would cut these breasts in half, going across this way, and I would detach the thigh from the leg. But since they're being boiled, because we're gonna make a really good chicken lasagna, and this is gonna be more than that because I'm also making another dish, which will be another upload. So this is it. We've cut the chicken up, so now I'm going to start putting it into the water. I have a medium-sized onion and a half of a bell pepper. This pepper was really, really large. So I'm going to put that in there. And I need to take my gloves off. Do a little hand washing here. Even though I had on gloves, you never know, juice could have got down in my hand. You never know about these things. I got some celery. This celery, guys, is almost 2 weeks old. You know how I keep it like this? What makes it stay so fresh is that I put paper towels on this side of the bag, and I put paper towels on the other side of the bag, because when vegetables are in the fridge, the coldness condenses to moisture, and they may pick up some moisture inside the bag. I'm just going to grab a few pieces of this celery and throw it in the broth. And I'm putting this back in the fridge with that paper towel layer. Then I took off my gloves. Put this chicken in here. The water is already boiling, so I don't need to do anything. But put chicken in. Yeah, I leave the skin on because I'm going to use that broth for something, for some dressing. I want to make some cornbread dressing. And I'm going to leave this, that's why I'm leaving the skin intact. Because that's where all the goodness of your broth comes from the skin. And that's why I said, let me throw that backbone in there. So guys, I'm going to get this chicken cooking. I'll be back. Welcome back. The chicken is done. So what I'm going to do is start taking this skin away. And I'm going to get this chicken ready. I'm using cups. Each one of these cups is 4 cups. Because I'm going to be using this chicken for 2 different recipes. And you all will get to see both recipes because they will be uploads. I'm going to start off with the breast first and removing all skin. Put some paper towels down in the bowl, my trash bowl. And the reason why I'm not shredding it because my recipes are going to call for I like doing the chopped chicken. And so what I'm doing, I'm not going to like shred it. But it's going to be pulled apart. And it's still kind of hot too. It's going to be pulled apart. So I'm going to add 1 breast to each cup. So And see, I pulled them straight. I'm just gonna go down, cut down. The reason why I got this foil on here because I ain't gonna lie, I don't feel like doing all that washing this board again. So I'm gonna put this chicken into 1 cup. Use this cup for, I'm gonna use that cup for my chicken lasagna. Use this cup for something else, which I'm not gonna say because I don't want you guys to know what it is or surprise you, because it's something that I like to do. Yeah, the chicken will be divided evenly. And it's according to the dish of how the chicken would be, you know, whatever the word is, you know, disassembled or whatever. And I do with this one, I wanted a little more shredded. And the dish I'm going to use, this isn't really going to take, it's not going to take a half a chicken. It's going to take this right here. It's going to take about 2.5 cups of chicken. Now, it's not going to take, so I'm going to split that breast in half. Yeah, it's not going to take a whole for that dish. So yeah. So let me get this chicken pulled off the bone and I'll see you guys in a little bit. Guys, I just wanted to share something with you. Anytime you're shredding a whole chicken that you cooked, even one you bought, like a rotisserie chicken, you want to always make sure you put a mixture of chicken in your bowl, dark and white meat, because the dark meat is where all the flavor is. But what I do, I don't add the meat that has real deep contact to the bone. I discard that. And what I mean real deep contact with the bone is, I mean this right here. This I don't put in my, I discard that part of the chicken. I don't want anyone to eat that, because I know I wouldn't eat that. I always discard that. That part of the chicken I don't use. Here, Dusty. Yeah, I don't use that. But always make sure you do a mixture of white meat and dark meat, because the dark meat is where all your flavor is. And this little piece here, I'm going to add it to this, because this is for my chicken lasagna. The wing doesn't give you too much at all. Give you chunks and slivers. I always check the wing meat. So I'll be back after I get all the rest of this chicken shredded. I just wanted to tell you guys that tidbit. All right, my friends, another tip. Believe it or not, this pasta was frozen. I cooked this pasta, and when I made my last lasagna, because I had so much left, and how I freeze my pasta, I layer it between parchment paper, and I put it in a bag, and I freeze my pasta in water. So when I thaw it out, I just have to dry it. I dry it, dab it with a paper towel on each side to remove the water. And I put it in a bowl until I finish doing that to all of them. That's all I do. And then I will lay them back out on parchment paper. Dry parchment paper, of course. And that's it. That's how I freeze. That's how you freeze pasta. And it comes out like you just cooked it. Because there's no use, you know, I had too many of them left. So that's how I freeze my pasta. So get you some parchment paper. That towel has gotten too wet. Get you some parchment paper and 2.5 gallon freezer bags and freeze your pasta. If you have too much, don't throw it away. Don't sit it in the fridge where it can get dried out. Always freeze it in water. When you lay it in parchment paper, between parchment paper wraps, and if this lasagna noodles, all you do is roll them up like that. Roll them up and put them in parchment paper. And, you know, put layers between the pasta noodles. And that's it. And once I get all these in a bowl, I am going to take this parchment paper up and put some clean dry parchment paper down. And I'm going to leave them alone while I get everything else set up. So I'll be back. Now that I've got them dry, they're all dry, and I have my board dry, I'm going to lay them down like this till I'm ready for them. I'm not going to stack them because I don't want them to stick together. I'm going to put another parchment paper down. Just going to put paper towel over these, and I'm going to move this over here to the table. So I need to get other things set up so we can start making. We have to make a sauce. Okay, my friends, we're going to start on our bechamel sauce, and I'm going to everything that you need for your bechamel sauce. You're going to need a saucepan, or what we call boiler. We will be adding 2 cups of chicken broth. Now, I know I just cooked those chicken, but you don't use that chicken broth. It's got onions and peppers in. I just wanted the chicken to flavor the chicken. You need just regular plain chicken broth, 2.5 cups. 4 tablespoons of butter, not margarine, butter. 1/3 cup of flour. 1.5 cups of half and half. 1.5 cups of half and half. 1 teaspoon of garlic, If you're not a fan of garlic, but if you're a heavy fan of garlic, you would need 1 tablespoon. 2 teaspoons of salt to a tablespoon of black pepper. 5 ounces of spinach. And how I measure that is that this is a 10-ounce bag of spinach. You can get this at Walmart for $1.98. And I took out half the bag. And it has to be finely chopped. Okay? First you're gonna start off. You have to make a roux to make your bechamel sauce. Bechamel sauce does not have cheese in it. You're gonna turn on your fire. You're gonna melt your butter down. Your butter, make sure your butter is room temperature. That way it's soft. Got my whisk. Got my flour ready. I'm gonna move this around and help it melt. Need a little assistance. So I'll be back once this butter melts down. I have my butter all melted down. I'm gonna add my flour. This will be your roux. So you're gonna whisk this until that turns a golden brown. Keep whisking. You gotta keep whisking this until it turns golden. Because this will be your thickener. Works really well when your cookware is non-stick. Move, Dusty. Getting my chicken broth set up. Okay, don't want this burnt. Okay, I'm going to add my 2.5 cups of chicken broth. That's 2 cups. That's 2.5. And I'm going to add my 1/2 and 1/2. That's 1.5 cups. Got to open up another one. Just did make it. My 1.5 cups of 1/2 and 1/2. Put this in here. Close the fridge. And I'm going to let this come to a boil until it thickens a little, until it gets a little thickened. let this thicken up. As you can see, it's thickening up. So what I'm going to do, I am going to go ahead and add my garlic. Oops, can't be splashed everywhere. I'm going to turn my heat down to low. I'm going to go ahead and add my salt and pepper. And I do stuff differently, so go on and add my spinach. So it withers down. It's gonna cook and wither down. Get some veggies in there. Now I'm gonna go ahead and add my olive oil. I have 1 tablespoon olive oil. I'm using light version. And I'm just waiting for this spinach to start withering down. So once it starts withering down, we're ready to get started assembling. Okay, my friends, we are back and ready to rock and roll. I'm going to show you something that I do with my chicken. Now, I've never really seen anybody do this, but I have a teaspoon of oregano and a teaspoon of bagel. I toss my chicken around in this, give it some extra flavor. I do toss my chicken around and give it some extra flavor. That's all I'm doing. See some big pieces, so I can shred them up. That's all I'm doing, giving it some extra zippity-doo-dah. Okay? Now, you're gonna take your pan. You guys know I use these because Auntie, no, I don't like to pull out no glassware. Spread a little bit, just a little bit. All right, let's get this baby assembled. Okay, where's my? I would lose my head if it wasn't attached. Now, where is it? Oh, why did I take it over there? Okay, first you're going to put some of your nice, beautiful sauce down in your pan. Doesn't that sauce look wonderful? You're probably saying it's not as thick as it was in the thing right there. Because you know it's got that spinach in it. And I'm going to lay some noodles. I could use the oven ready noodles. I really could have, but I had already cooked these because I do use those oven ready noodles too. Yes, mother does. And it is okay to overlap your noodles. It is a-okay. It's okay to overlap these babies. Okay, we're gonna start out with some chicken. Spread your chicken down, your seasoned Italian or seasoned chicken. Make sure you have chicken now on your layers. Nobody wants to bite into chicken lasagna and have no chicken, right? Because you wouldn't. Okay? Now you know how I am about my cheeses. Now, the ricotta mixture, I'm using a piping bag because it's easier. But what this is, you take 16 ounces of whole ricotta cheese, whole ricotta, and you add beat 2 eggs, and a half a cup of shredded Romano cheese, and you mix that together. The reason why you didn't see this because I buy 32 ounce tubs, and I mix up my ricotta cheeses and then put them in bags, and they're already ready to go because I do make a lot of dishes that require ricotta cheese, and I don't want to just keep making them up. So I am going to use a piping bag for this because it makes it easier. And I'm going to go down here, across. It ain't lasagna without that ricotta. And I'm going to put some cheese on there. What I have done, you know, all lasagnas I always call for just mozzarella. Well, what I did, I shredded fresh Asiago, and I have some what do you call it, mozzarella. I just used a bag of whole milk mozzarella, and I shredded some Asiagos, and I mixed them together because you know lasagna should have lots of cheese. That's what separates it from a lot of dishes. It should have lots of cheese. Y'all know how I am about them corners. Lasagna should just have lots of cheese to me. That's just my opinion. Give it up, baby. Give that cheese up. And you're going to repeat with the pasta noodle. I'm going to overlap them. I'll make that last one right here. This is really going to be delicious. And I can eat this. Well, I may have a little problem with the pasta, but I can eat the inside. And that's all I really want. That's all I really want is the inside. Now, you know, guys, how I am about them corners. Tell me about them corners. And I'm going to put the rest of this chicken on top. Oh, I just smelled those Italian spices. You know what I didn't do, guys? Hold up, wait a minute. Hold on. I forgot to put sauce on this layer up under here. So it's a quick fix. That's why I'm glad I did use the cooked noodles. Because I would have been messed up. Glad I did use the cooked noodles. Because I don't think this is a quick fix. So all I gotta do is take this chicken off of here. This is a very quick fix. It's just gonna be nice and seasoned. This sauce is really gonna be thick because it's gonna be melted inside with this cheese. So this sauce is really gonna be thick. Because it's right on top of this cheese. It's really gonna be thick and rich. Bechamel is already a rich sauce, so it's going to be just extra rich because it's going on top of the cheese. It's like I melted the cheese inside the sauce, like if I was making Alfredo sauce. So it's really going to be a rich sauce. That layer is going to be super rich. Okay, now I got to go back over here and do this over, but that's all right. Look at all that good oregano right there. That's okay. All I gotta do is overlap. See all that oregano and basil? And you know that's some goodness. That is some goodness. I'm gonna go with my ricotta mixture first, because this will be the top line. Now put the rest of this chicken on. Like I said, you don't want to bite into chicken lasagna and have no chicken. And this is, I'm sorry about the length of the video, but anything you cook Italian is not a 1, 2, 3 job. Soul food, Southern food, Italian food is not a 1, 2, 3 job. It's not. It takes time for all this goodness. Because it's so, what's the word, meticulous? It takes time for all this flavor. That's why when you buy a box meal that's named after an Italian dish, that's why it don't taste like it. Because the machine produced it and they didn't take all this time and effort into it. because it does call for many ingredients, stuff like that. I think I'm gonna trim those. There are two kinds of scissors. You always keep shears in a plastic Ziploc bag that you use just for food. Reason why I'm trimming them down because I want to get that cheese sauce, the cheese rather, down in here. I need my edges so I can get some cheese down in there. I believe your top layer should have lots of cheese. Don't forget those, get them edges, because you don't want any bubbly coming up. That's why you start on your edges first. Get your edges covered first, because you don't want any bubbly coming up around the ends. Get those covered completely, because that's going to be your seal. Your edges are going to be your seal. You see how I'm sealing? I'm sealing my edges. I'm making sure that these edges are sealed. And I'm going to let me shred a little more to go on there. Shred some more, be right back. Shred a little more, go on there. All right, my friends, this is ready to go into the oven. Get a good picture of it. Let's try this. That's better. A little better. It's getting ready to go into the oven, as you can see. So it's gonna be, it's on 400. Have your oven preheated. So it's on 400. So there it is. So it'll cook for about 30 minutes on 400, and then I'll bring it back out. And we'll let it rest, and then we'll dive into it. Okay, my friends. I'm sorry. Peyton was hungry. But here is the chicken lasagna. And one thing about lasagna, guys, it's not supposed to be dry, okay? So you don't see any of this cheese and goodness and the remnants of this olive oil. I didn't use but 2 teaspoons. Anyway, look at there. It's supposed to have some goodness coming out between these layers. With that being said, here it is. The lasagna, chicken lasagna. You know, with the added oregano and basil and the extra black pepper. It's got a very, very mild kick to it. And I just want you guys to see it and tell me what you think. Leave me a comments, and please like my video. I appreciate your support, and thank you so much for watching. But under this, I got something else that's getting ready to get started. So I'm going to move this pan and this rack out the way. So I hope you make this for your family, the lasagna. So I got this huge stock pot. Look how large it is. A huge one of greens. And I have some turkey parts in here. I have a smoked turkey drumstick and 1 smoked turkey wing. I added 1/4 cup of apple cider vinegar, and the broth that I had from that chicken that I cooked, that's what I added in here. Have some black pepper and some salt, and for that the little ham hock flavor that he loves so much, because I don't put ham hocks in it. But so what I use, hold on, I add 4 of these Goya ham seasoning packets to him. He sleep, eat, breathe greens. Now, once these are gonna cook for hours, because I turned this stock pot into a slow cooker. They're gonna cook for hours on low heat, so they will be definitely extra tender. And believe it or not, these are all his. And I would divide them up and put them in the freezers. And this will last him about 3 months. Yeah, this is enough greens to last him about 3 months, because he's the only one that eats them. So I will check back with y'all when it's concerning this. But this is the end of that lasagna. Sorry for the long video, but lasagna is not a 1, 2, 3 shot. Thank you guys for helping me out, joining me in the kitchen for preparing and cooking Auntie's chicken lasagna. Yes, with my twist added to it. I hope you prepare this for you and your family and friends, and I hope everyone enjoys it. Hugs and kisses to all of you. I love you, and till I see you again, we get together and turn out some good fixings. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.